They, I mean, not that we were actually supposed to do moths. Aditya and I discussed that we could do any insect today, because today we are actually we are taking insects and trying, like last class we've drawn them. Now we draw them and see how we can use them, like how we could use it in life. So today's experiment is actually all insects, but I found moths very nice, because really we haven't spent too much time doing moths. And moths, we are used to seeing the gray brown moths, which are really nothing. I mean, we don't consider them really as beautiful. But if you look online, my goodness, moths are just as beautiful as butterflies.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that we're not seeing them. And the other
Yeah.
thing is, I was reading up and I found that moths and butterflies, there are some differences. I mean, very clear differences. So because moths are so beautiful, many beautiful moths are considered, like, by lay people as butterflies. Okay, you
Hmm.
look at a pretty moth and you'll say, ah, this is a butterfly, but it is not. It is a moth.
Yeah,
So I was reading like about the differences between butterflies and moths, and I think the antennae, the
yeah.
even the style of the wing in
Yes.
pretty moths is not like that of a butterfly, and the body is fuzzier. In general, I think moths have more fuzz on them than butterflies.
True. Yes. Even their caterpillars are different.
Yes, exactly. Caterpillars are different. So it was very interesting. But like I said, we are so used to saying a butterfly is pretty and a moth is not. But that's something I thought we could change in class today when we look at the moths that we can draw. And today what we are going to do is, it's useful art. So basically, not just for the book, we are going to go out of the book, make some art that we can use outside of our book. So for that, I thought today the plan was to make bookmarks. Okay. And not your standard bookmarks, the vertical ones, which are flat in the book, flat in the book. You put it in the book and flatten. This is going to be a little bit of 3D. Okay. So we're going to do that today. But before we do that, let's just quickly warm up with some images of moths. And today, like I said, we don't have to restrict ourselves to moths. We can eventually, when we are making our bookmark, we can try butterflies, dragonflies, all sorts of things. But I thought we'll start with some moths. And after we make our first bookmark, then you can go ahead and make more bookmarks. And when you make more bookmarks, you can try all sorts of colorful things. Unfortunately, the ones that I have tried are downstairs and I've come upstairs. So I forgot to bring my book with the bookmarks, and they look so cute. I'm telling you, they look so cute in the bookshelf. Like, I've told everyone, don't touch that book, just leave that book alone, because it's looking so pretty in the bookshelf.
Oh,
Okay, so today is going to be, hopefully it's going to be fun. Let's see. So now today, no pressure coloring today, no pressure painting. It's just fun. Okay. But the one thing that I would recommend is that we try to maintain symmetry today. Okay. So symmetry, why? Because what we are going to eventually do on the bookmark would be nice when it is symmetrical. Okay. So today we'll try and draw a simple, and maybe one of the mods that we have right now. Let me just see which one. I think the screen share work over here. Let me see. First time I'm trying screen share, so I'll just share screen. Okay. Let me see. So if I share multiple panels, has it shared in the... okay. All right. Can you see my screen? You know what? I should pin my screen. I think. How do I pin? How do I pin? Pin. Oh, sorry.
yeah, it
You
is
can
pinned.
see screen. You can see
Yeah,
it, no?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So here are the mods that I shared today. Now this, where is that one which Is it this one? Emperor moth? Is this the emperor moth? I think maybe. I found the emperor moth so cute because these things on the moth. See these little shapes on the moth. Oh, they look like eyes. And when the emperor moth opens out its wings and sits somewhere, my goodness, it can be scary. Like you look at it once again. Like, what is that staring back at me? So the shape of these eyes are so pretty. I thought that we should include emperor moth as one of the things. You can, of course, go onto Pinterest and look for emperor moth and see more, what do you call it, the way, different ways in which it sits on a surface. Okay, and see how you'd like to draw this. But this is one example where the eyes, if you just scanned that image, it would look like eyes looking at you. And I suppose this is an evolutionary change that allows it to be not captured or
Yeah,
like
it's probably to scare away the predators.
scare
See,
away.
look,
Exactly.
looks like the eyes of an owl.
Correct. But they look very realistic, huh? And
Yeah, they look
scary.
very realistic.
Scary, if I may say so. So that is emperor moth. Then there is this kind. This is easy to draw. We have no real problems because what we do is take our pen, draw the outline, draw these things in black, and then simply put a wash of whatever color, if it's a blend of colors, whatever. So this is a very simple moth, very pretty moth. Similar to this is the third one, this one. Very common. In fact, this. I like this simply for the colors. It's so pretty. That color combination is my favorite. Black, red, and white. You can put
Is
it
it
on.
tiger moth?
Sorry, tiger moths, na? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So similar to this tiger moth, I'm assuming this is some other variant. This is not.
tiger.
This is also tiger. Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't sure. And now, if you were to look at this moth, I'm very certain that this is the same moth. Okay, it's just closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It could be. I'm wondering, but we will look at it. That's what I'm saying. We'll look at a moth open, closed, so that we can get different wingspans. Okay, so this could also be a tiger moth where the bottom colors are not seen because it's closed. And this is your standard moth shape that we are used to. But the other moth shapes are also very pretty. See this one, slightly opened. Okay, and then of course there are the ones that look just like butterflies, like exotic moths.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the ones that look like butterflies almost. So we can draw one of these as well. Just to get different shapes, moth shapes. Now, besides this, there was one more moth. I'll tell you. It was called. I have. It was the one with the tail. Have you seen the one with the tail?
Yeah.
Emperor. No, not emperor.
Lunar moth.
I can't remember the name. Let me just see. Thought I saved it. No, I don't have it here. I forgot. I'm not sure which
Lunar
moth it
moth,
is.
not lunar.
Luna.
Lunar
Is
moth.
it? Okay. So if you check that out also, my goodness, that is another very pretty moth. Okay. So all of these now moths are very easy to maintain symmetry. Look at the picture. It's so easy to draw a central line and then draw equal halves. Okay. So what we can do is we can try drawing a moth in this position. Okay, let's try drawing this moth. And what will happen here is we have to put a vertical line. Imagine this vertical line here, which is going to mark our center. And then we have to draw both sides, like Aditi always tells us, right? Don't draw all the elaborations on one side. Start drawing one side, then simultaneously start the other one, and keep developing both sides one after the other, like one side by side. Okay. So let's take this one up. I'll just stop sharing and share my screen. Pin this up. Hold on. Pin. Oh no, spotlight. Sorry, it's spotlight. Oh. Is this right? Can everyone see it? Perfect.
Zai, does your shirt has a moth made? I could just see the wings.
Yes.
Ah, lovely.
Oh, look at that. It has a bug.
And these are
Which is
two.
this?
What
Oh,
is it?
two
Is it a
different
Just a
bug?
moths.
made up.
It's two different things, no?
Yeah.
How sweet. This is one of the BNHS shirts? No, it can't be
this is actually
BNHS.
a gift given by one of my classmates.
I see. Two different bugs, is it?
Yeah, it's just two made up moths mixed and then
They are moths only.
no, sorry, beetles.
Beetles, no? Beetles. Yeah. Beetles, no? Very cute. All
Shivani
right.
would run away. Shivani, did you see Zai's t-shirt?
No, I didn't.
There.
Oh
Look at
my.
it.
Wow, that's amazing. Am I talking? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Fun, no, to have all these kind of.
Yeah, that craziness
Interesting.
now we only can see when other people don't realize, but we can see the art and everything.
In everything, no?
Oh.
Absolutely.
I went for Navratri yesterday and I was watching everybody's clothes only for the designs that they're doing.
No, but it's so nice if you think about it that we were able to
Yeah,
enjoy things that way in a new light. I was just thinking of
agree.
all the things I have seen and I have not paid attention to, but
Agree.
now
Yeah.
I would definitely pay attention to, no? So,
I was
yeah,
watching Aditi's reel when she was doing like, airport
At the
skating and all
airport?
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
know, I
And I'm like,
know.
my God, I thought I did such a great job.
The only thing I took away from that session is like, look at where she's holding her pen. The whole time I was looking, she's holding her pen like this far, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She holds it like so far and she draws these squiggly lines and they all
And they all look
nicely form
perfect. My
whatever
God,
shape.
that man looked exactly like the person. Was that her father? I don't know.
It was her
I think
father.
it
It
was
was
It
her
her
was her
father.
father.
father, no?
Yeah.
Looked
So,
exactly like him. I'm like, oh my God, mine will look nothing like that.
No, but you know what? But what she's saying is right. We actually our lines don't end up looking great because we do tend to hold our tool too closely
Close.
and restrict its movements.
Hmm.
Whereas when she does this, no, and yesterday I wanted to try it because I saw her doing it. I said I have to try it. I pulled out one fountain pen and I held it like over here. I
Yeah.
was worried that the fountain pen will fall off my hand only because it was only this much left of that pen, you know.
Ah,
I was like, what is going to happen? But what she's saying is right. The line becomes out of your control in that fine sense that we love to say, okay, if I draw this line, it is as straight as I could draw it.
ah.
When you hold it here, it is not going to be as straight as anything. So you finally let go and you draw the shape. You see the shape. It's okay. Thoda idhar udhar, it went off. It's okay. You tell yourself it is because you're holding it here.
Ah.
Okay, it's not your fault.
It's
So
right.
it's liberating. I feel it's liberating. Although still after like I put it down, when it
Hmm.
came back and I again went and held it like this and
Yeah.
started. So
Yeah, that's because you can't help correct yourself, no?
you can't. Yeah, exactly. So that is a conscious effort, but it's a worthwhile conscious effort. I absolutely think it's worthwhile.
Okay. Now I'm holding my pencil here today, okay? Let's see.
All right. So I'm just drawing a thin vertical line to give myself a center line. Okay, because today what we are going to do on our bookmarks needs a center line, and so we are going to have to work with a center line. So now looking at the emperor moth, it's not emperor, the tiger moth itself, but the one that's closed. We have a shape which is somewhat like a triangle on top, a broad triangle, and then you have this wing that goes down, curves up. It overlaps this center line a bit. For now, let's just leave the overlap. Let it overlap. I mean, let's not change the overlap. So I'm trying my best to maintain this symmetry. Yeah. Now this is not opened, but if you look closely at it, it has some lines. It has a few lines like this. It may help you draw the pattern, or it may not. Up to you, actually. Okay. Now the I'm going to say whisker almost. It's not whisker. The antennae, the antennae in this moth are like so funny. They go out like this, sideways, right? Now in this moth, because this thing is rather funnily shaped, we don't see much feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in the feet that I see, the one that's here. And because there's one more here, I'll put that in as well. And it's slightly different in shape, in position from the other feet. I do see one here, but because the other one on the other side is not there, I'm not going to draw it. I'm going to leave it. That's it. Now, this is just to show the shape. Hereafter, we are not using pencil. We're just going to directly draw in our fine liner, if we have the fine liner, or if you have ink that is waterproof, you can start drawing with it. Okay, so go over this. Now I'm going to go over this. It's got a slightly bulbous top, by the way. Draw what you see. You don't need me to tell you. Now here, although I have drawn a nice big triangle and a curve downward, it stops somewhere here. Over here, there is some shape over here like this. And then I'm just trying to see what I can see a shape here like this. All wispy lines because it's that way. It's very fuzzy. Now here, I'm going to do the overlap that I was talking about, but when we do the bookmark, we may need to keep it absolutely straight on the line. We are not doing a botanical illustration here today. It is a fun illustration. So let your hand move. If you feel you need double lines at some place, it's okay. Double lines are fine. Nothing's going to go wrong. Okay. I'm going to draw dotted lines or dashed lines here. That's it. Now, go in with, now, one of two things. Do you feel like continuing with your fine liner? If you do, we can draw these shapes. Okay. So let me do it with the fine liner first. Next moth I'm going to do, which has black lines. I'm going to do the black lines after. Okay, in paint itself. So let's do this in pen. Somewhere here, there is a shape like this. And on the other side, a shape like this. Yeah. It's not straight. I mean, it's not perfect lines. Look at the shapes closely. You'll find that they are wonky, slightly. And as much as we are saying we want mirror images, look at the shapes. The shapes are not really identical across. There are lots of differences. So here there's a shape. Here there's something. Okay. Here there's definitely a shape. Center has a shape. I'm trying my best to draw both places at the same time, both sides one after the other. So not one entire side. Yeah. So here. Okay, so out here I'm losing out the space. So I'm just keeping a little triangle. See, I didn't have space for the triangle that I wanted to fit. That's fine. I'm going with changes. This is the only respite we get, you know. In portraiture, you can't do this. Oh, well, the nose didn't fit. Let's just let go of the nose. So when you're drawing animals, you have so much more freedom. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got the shapes in. I don't have, I do have. This part, I'm darkening with the fine liner because I know it's washproof, but don't need to do it with the fine liner. This is what I'm trying to say. If you painted this and did the black with black paint, you'd be you'd be all right. Now because it's fuzzy, I'm doing it this way. Yeah? I'm just making these lines and letting it be a little rough. Before we take out the paint, let's just do one more moth. And this time, we won't do the black lines in black marks in pen. We'll do it last in paint, black paint. This looks fine. Leave this. Let's do how about this one? This pink thing. Because the wingspan is looking different from this, maybe it'll be a good exercise to try this out. Okay. So again, just give yourself a center line in pencil so that we maintain that that concept of a mirror image. Now I think the wingspan is going to touch the side a little bit, so I'm going to move my center to this point. Give yourself that center line. And then in ages since I've pulled out my kneadable eraser, it's become like clay. Okay. So what do we see over here? Now, alignment, even though it's slightly angular, we are going to draw it straight for our purpose today. We just need straight alignments, okay? And we are practicing, mind you. Now that we do these two moths, our next practice is going to be directly onto the bookmark, okay? So here, what I'm seeing is... oh, it's the wrong pen. Wondering why it was so thick. There's a fuzzy feel about this moth over here in the top. So keep that fuzzy feel if you can. These kind of lines. Then it has some sort of a something like this. I can't see past this much of a space. So leave it.
Sorry, it was the one that's completely pink. That's the one we're doing.
Yeah, we
Ah,
have
Pink.
one ring.
I
Oh, this
there were
one.
two.
Okay, fine.
I
Oh,
thought
there
we
was
were doing
another
the
one.
other one. I thought we were doing the
Oh, this
last
pink.
one. I don't know
Oh,
why. Actually, the
that's
last one.
fine.
I thought the last one.
That's fine, Shivani. Don't. If you've started it, do it. Do it.
No, I
There's no
haven't
harm.
started. No,
Okay.
no, it's fine. I didn't
Yeah.
start. I just
Yeah.
wanted to
If,
ask.
yeah. I'm going from slightly simpler because the wing on the other one is like super fancy shape. So I'm going on to a slightly.
The
I'm
leaf
not
plant,
confident
yeah.
enough to go freehand with that yet. So still warming up. So now I'm going to start my wing, the challenging wing. Oh, wait. Before I start the wing, I have a little bit of the body left. So that's it, nothing more. It looks like a little round bug. Super fuzzy. Okay. So after that, somewhere here starts that demarcation point. And it goes all the way out. Oh, this is a good wingspan. Huh? So I'm just looking at by measurement, by visual measurement, it comes to 1, 2, 3 times almost. Somewhere here. Okay, which means the equivalent of that on this side is 1, 2, 3. Somewhere here. So these kind of markings will help you get like I know you can't see my dot, but I have a dot. There is a dot I put. These can guide you in terms of getting your what do you call it, symmetry. So what I love to do is I love to not make dots. I love to just draw and then go to the other side and draw, and invariably one wing will be bigger than the other, or it will just not be shaped the same way. So these guiding dots are an excellent way to get it better. I'm not saying it will be perfect, I'm saying it will be better. So I like these guiding dots because at least that way I've done a visual check before coolly running my pen over that space. So now that I have got 4 dots, I don't know if you can see it. Huh? Have a look. Can you see these dots I've made?
Ah, yeah.
These are nice to do before you take that pen and just run it. Okay. And now I'm going to do that running on top of this. Okay, so and then like this and like this. See? Same way, go to the other side, slide upwards and slightly this way. And not bad, no? Thoda, this has become bigger than the other, but but had I done it freehand without measuring, marking, it would have been worse. So now I'm going to mark my other spots. One. Now I want to come here, somewhere here, and this one over here. And now this one curves a bit at the bottom, so I'm going to just put a little bit of a bend. I'd like the bend to. Here is my guide. These are my guides. Okay, so with these guides, I'm going to go and create uneven line. By the way, have a look at the wing. It is quite uneven. So, and goes up. There you go. And then, all right. So this is done. Now I'm just putting placeholders for uh, my circles. So somewhere here, you can put dotted circles, by the way. One dotted circle here and one dotted circle here, although I already feel like I have made a mistake. Yeah, I have. I didn't leave enough space for the scallops over here. See, you see the scallops? There's some scallops here. Which is fine. Okay. I also have those kind of scallops here, so I should have probably drawn them first. And then one more dotted circle here. One more dotted circle here. What else? What else are we missing? Yes, lines. So if you notice, there are these lines. Okay, this way. So I'm leaving them dotted. All right. And okay. Similarly, one's over here. And then that's it, done. I'm not doing any further. Now the rest of the black that you see in the picture, I'm going to put it in afterwards. Are you all happy with your moths so far? Good?
There's this behind the moth, like on the head part, very translucent, transparent, whatever this is. I don't know what it's called. Do we have to
Head
draw
of the
that?
moth?
If you see in the back.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There seems to be something there, no?
Yeah, it's
now
that
that you
same
now-
part which was in the other one, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. So you know what? Now come to think of it, this is not. Oh, I was under the impression that it had a very short antennae, but it's not antennae. It's
Oh,
probably
so
the
those are antennae.
the feet. These are the
Yeah.
antennae. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's draw that in. I'm always up for a challenge.
So the top one is feet?
Yeah. Can you
Yellow.
believe? Can you
Oh, I
believe
didn't know that.
that moth is sitting very precariously? And this antennae are looking very cute, like a Christmas tree. If you draw these lines,
Yeah, it's very
like Christmas
interesting.
tree, it's like it's become.
I've never seen moths. The only things I've seen is brown color. So
Yeah,
this is all.
exactly. So that is why you
Where are
and
these
I are
existing?
never aware of such
Yeah,
wonderful
colors and all that.
colors that they have, right? So now I'm going to definitely, if I go anywhere, visiting anywhere, I'd like to see the local moths.
Come to Malaysia, they look brown only.
So
I
these
don't
guys
know
are
what
not
these
sitting.
moths. Where
Now
are they
that's what I'm
from?
saying. So I was thinking, what a horrible concept, what a horrible insect to draw for a bookmark, because we are trying to keep moths out of the bookshelf, and here we're drawing moths that will go into the bookshelf. But I was
Yeah.
thinking that makes all the difference, that we are painting such pretty moths that the bookshelf that you don't mind having these moths in the bookshelf. So it's all right. These are allowed in naphthalene balls and these moths. The ones that survived the naphthalene. All right. Activating my. Oh, where is my? Oh, what is it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to start taking first one. First moth is he's all yellow, but he's not a gamboj yellow. He's a little thoda. He's a little less bright, I find. So I'm going to see if I can mix. Mm, I have a little bit of what is that? Yellow ochre, and gamboj. So yellow ochre has a more brownish tint, and the gamboj will make it a little bit more yellow, but not as bright as gamboj. Gamboj is just too bright, too bright. Now with the first moth, honestly, I'll tell you, you can see some shading. You can see, okay? There is some shading where in certain portions, the yellow is a little darker. If you zoom in and all that, you will start seeing these shades, okay? Don't have to worry about capturing everything. At the moment, what I would say is we go with a base coat of a wash consistency. And then after it has dried, we can come back to it with a few strokes of a darker consistency. And that's it. We'll just do two rounds on that. Okay. Let's not make it overcomplicated. So we start with this wash consistency. Even with the wash consistency alone, it looks very pretty, huh, by the way. That black, and it just makes everything so pretty. Black, yellow.
What are the colors you use, Susan? Sorry,
I
ochre?
used gamboge and yellow ochre, so that it's not very vibrant. Gamboge is a little too vibrant. And this is also very mild, like a wash consistency.
Okay.
So don't make it very pigmented. Okay, I'm going to leave that guy to dry. While he dries, we go to the pink fellow, pink moth. Where is it now? Yeah, pink moth. Now, pink moth mein thoda you will have to be a little careful, because the pink and the yellow do not mix on the border. On the border here, we have to make sure pink and yellow do not mix. But over here, there is some blending of pink and yellow. Okay. Which is fine. Pink and yellow will not clash and cause brown. So we don't have to worry a lot. But here, of course, we should keep pink and yellow, what shall we say, ready, so that you can kind of like dip into one and dip into the other and move on that way. Okay. So for this, I will use gamboge itself because I want it slightly brighter. I'm going to keep a little gamboge here ready. And I'm going to keep, what is that color of ours? Crimson, no? Crimson, right? Yeah, crimson. So our pink is going to be achieved by a light wash of crimson, not by whitening, as always, not by whitening anything. So just make a nice wash of crimson. Keep that ready. I need a little more. You can actually try out these colors just to see how vibrant they are before we apply it. Okay. So for example, I'd like to see how vibrant my pink is. Okay, good. So this is the kind of shade I want. More water, less pigment. Okay. So pink is fine. Let's look at the yellow. Yellow actually, I think, will have to be a little more vibrant. It is looking more vibrant in the picture. So I won't go very washy on this. I'll go more pigment. In fact, if you notice, the yellow is even a little more orange if you feel that orange will work. But let's not do that. Let's not go into orange. We anyway have to do a lot of blending here. Okay. All right. So starting with yellow, my gamboge. Let's start with this part. The feet are slightly yellow, and then the top is yellow. And then let that yellow kind of move out as well, like this. Now, dip into the pink and take over. See what I'm doing? I didn't wash off my brush. So automatically it became a little orangish. After it becomes that orange, now you can consider washing off your brush a bit. Go back with the pink and continue. We are doing a wash consistency, by the way, of pink. Be very careful not to go over the circles, and be very careful not to cross the line of scallops or black scallops that we have put, okay? So in fact, keep it a little above the black because the black is going to come later. A nice color. It's a very nice color. This blending is very lovely. Pink and yellow. Okay. At this point, the pink is quite pink only. It's not orange. Oh, sorry. I forgot the other side. My mistake. Please go to the other side before it dries. Look at me. Getting carried away. Both sides, both sides. Stay away from the end of the scallop. Now this middle section, same thing, but we don't have much yellow here now. So just go on with the pink. Leave the circles. You may feel that the pink is brighter, but we'll go with the second round of pink and that time it will get brighter. Okay, so don't worry about brightening this up too much. Base wash can be fine this color. Again, stay off the scallop edges because you don't want yellow to mix over there. All right, done. Now while this is drying, oh wait, yellow, sorry. I'm just jumping ahead. I got a very bad mix over here. We have to put in a yellow, a deep yellow, a nice pigmented yellow on the border here. Pigmented, huh? Don't make this very light. Just make sure it doesn't touch your pink. Beach may also, I think we have yellow, no? Yeah, we have yellow here as well. A circle over here, which is yellow. Can put that in. I think all of them have a circle. Center is white, but outside is yellow. Okay, so that yellow is done. It's almost orange. Now what we'll do is we'll dip into a little bit of
Susan, 1 minute. Can you just wait a little? Wait.
Sure. I'll write down while you all are waiting. I'll write down the colors I used. This is crimson.
रवीश तू नहाने नहीं गया?
Cambodge. And one more color we used for the moth was first moth was crimson and there you go. Not crimson, sorry. Cambodian. Okay.
Yeah.
So now going back to the Cambodian yellow ochre we have over here, it has probably started drying. And that is a good thing for us because now the mix will be a little darker than what we put. Okay. So let's use that bit to put in these kind of marks. See? You will see it only at some places.
So you have the same mix, or you add some more color to it?
Absolutely
Just
the
the
same.
same.
It's
Okay.
become, yeah, it's completely the same. I have not added anything. It's just that it's become quite dry on my palette.
Okay.
Very dry. And that's a good thing because now it is dark. Now the center portion over here, see over here, this has definitely got some marking. And over here, there is some marking. Your brush can do these kind of very fuzzy strokes, huh? Because this is all fuzz. At a few places, not everywhere. The moment it becomes everywhere, it loses the charm. The charm of our light and dark will go. That's it. I'm not going to do any more. And you will see it's not much. Very little. Very little. Okay. Maybe just as a touch up, I will touch a little bit of burnt umber, just a wee bit. with that same brush and just put a little bit of burnt umber here in the center. I'm not happy with that light brown, but that's subject to you, what you feel. I mean, I'm looking at this triangular wedge over here. I'm trying to get that darker, but you don't have to do it. It's just nitpicking. Acha, one more thing that I forgot to do about the other moth over here, the pink moth, is I forgot to give him a body color, the rest of the body color. It looks to me like a pink only. I'm not sure if you look, it is definitely crimson, but crimson, I would add a little bit of burnt umber into crimson, just a wee bit, because it's not bright crimson. Crimson otherwise has this tendency to become very bright. So I'm going to dull down that crimson by putting a little bit of brown, and then let your strokes be like this, dashed strokes, like this, small strokes, simply because we want that texture. Where we need a wash, you have to give it a wash like consistency, and I'm sorry, stroke. And where you don't want that, you have to give this. Okay, so the center is looking great. Now the translation of all that onto the wing, that's going to be a little challenging. So that same color we took, add some water to it. And with that lighter tone, start these lines on the wing, these dashed lines. Can you see what's happening? This is going to give it that fuzzy texture because our wash is absolutely flat. This kind of line on the body is going to give it some fuzziness. Just look at the picture while you're doing this, because now if you notice that these lines are kind of overlapping on the lines that we drew here. See? But not as dark as what we took earlier. Sorry about the disturbance. Now there's some darkness over here at the border. I'm maintaining all these things.
You're using the crimson again, Susan? Or the
Yeah,
mix of the
so this is
crimson and the
not just,
brown?
no, the mix of the crimson and brown. And I've just
Okay.
watered it down. I've just put a little water into it. Because what is going to happen if we keep adding more and more layers of crimson is that it's going to become very bright. It's going to
Very
pop
bright.
a little more than we want. If it's a graphic, entirely a graphic image, we don't mind that. It's actually quite nice. But now that we are getting some aspects of what the real moth is, let's not make it too bright. Crimson, orange in our palette have got a very vibrant tone. Okay. All right. And then we have a little brown. All right. Sorry about that. Someone's at the door. They're having a fight over the fish.
Oh, God.
Fish is not agreeable, apparently. All right. So this one is really fun. Huh? I just rubbed a little bit of brown, burnt umber on top. 1 minute. We're having a fabulous time with the fish. So I just ran the brush over this, just pressed it down, and it was so pretty. It's a good thing you spotted it, Shivani. I didn't even, I was so happy to be done with it. Few darker shades here. And I'm done. I'm not going to get into too much of detail. Okay, so what are we missing? We are missing our blacks. So let's go in with a little bit of black. I would say gray, our usual gray black. But today now, because we are trying to bring it out, I'm going to go with pure black. Pure black, fine brush, a very fine, as fine as you can, because now these shapes are going to be nice and thin. All right. Some dots in the center, I find. I like to add these quirky things, you know. It makes it very nice. Okay. Now this border of the yellow and the orange, pink. Instead of drawing flat lines, okay, normally we would have done something like this. We would have said, let's make it like the scallops, like this. Okay. Instead of doing this, consider doing vertical lines in the shape of scallops, like this. It gives it some sense of texture. Wait, I'll show it to you close up so you can see. Can you see the difference?
No.
Okay. So by doing just scallops like this horizontally, that texture does not come. Whereas if you do it gently with vertical lines, you get the texture much better. Consideration, of course, you don't have to necessarily do it that way. But like Aditi says, it's nice to have some, gives it some niceness. And texture is very nice. Wherever you feel that things are going a little flat, you add in texture and straight away it looks very, very pretty. Keep the water as minimum as possible, because if there's water, it's not going to become as dark as you want. The black on our palette is not very dark. So if you want it to be dark, you have to keep the water as low as possible. It's going to dry gray, I'm telling you. It will dry a little bit gray. Now the other option to this is use your fine liner. Use your fine liner, you will get a nice black. But like I said, it's many ways to do the same thing. Also turn your book sideways if you feel that helps. Draw however you are most comfortable. That's it. No rocket science here. I'm going to take that same brush with a little black in it and kind of mix it with the pink that I had. I used what is it? Crimson. I just want to do a few strokes here, just at the base of this head. Just a few strokes. And lastly, the last thing I will do, I don't want to spend too much time. Take, what is this color? Yellow ochre. Concentrated yellow ochre at the tip of your brush and put in a few strokes at the top over here, just at the top. Like hair. It's just adding more texture, nothing else. You can do the same thing at the bottom here, but there's hardly any space, so I'm not insisting that you should do it at the bottom. Yeah. Maybe at the bottom, I'll just put a line. okay, because there's not much space to add texture. So the yellow ochre sits on top of gamboge quite well. And that's it. We'll stop our moth right here. How the moth's looking? Pretty, no? Now to see these in real life. While you all are waiting, I'm going to draw a little bit of a illustration here of how we're going to make our bookmark. It's just for your reference, nothing else. So don't worry, it's just simple stuff. What we do is we take a strip of paper. Find its half point. The logic is actually very simple. Find its half point. And then off the edge, you have to basically measure out some distance. Now, this some distance depends on the wingspan of whatever you are drawing. Okay. If I'm drawing this moth, the wingspan of the width of the wing on this moth right now, that would be the width that I'm going to leave over here. Okay. So if that is a small moth, then this would be where I mark it. Maybe it will be about a centimeter or 2 centimeters. So then I mark off 2 centimeters here as well. It's identical on both ends. Then what happens is we bend these along these lines. So what your paper is going to look like is this way. It's going to fold like this. Okay. So our bookmark is going to come together by folding. When it folds like this, and you will have 2 flaps on the top. Okay. What is going to happen is on the top flaps, if you were to hold a bookmark straight, your top flaps will look like this. They're sticking out. And on this is where your bug will come. Okay. So if my bug is this way, this is how it's going to come. Yeah. Okay.
But that's going to be really tiny, no, Susan? No?
It is going to be tiny. It is going to be tiny, but not very tiny. So these kind of bookmarks are great for books that are fat.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
Because then the width of the book is going to keep that moth quite comfortably not out of the book. But for thin books, this bookmark is going to be, you're going to have to make your wingspan smaller and smaller. Which is why, again, I said I chose moths because of that. Because a butterfly is so big and a dragonfly is so big, right? So this is the concept of what we're trying to do. What we end up with is half a moth on this side. Okay, so we'll end up drawing half a moth here and the other half of the moth here. Okay. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. What's happening?
Susan, I just need a break of 5 minutes, but you guys
Sure. Okay. If all the rest of you are ready to start, we can actually take a piece of paper from your book, either from this book, or if you have cartridge
Can you
paper,
just give me 1
pick
minute?
up.
I'm almost done.
Sure.
Because I didn't watch what you drew, and I know I won't be able to do the bookmark.
Okay.
1 second, huh? I'm almost
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Take your time.
Okay, ready.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone else okay? Okay to continue? So what I'm doing now is just taking a strip of paper. Now, this is not A5, this is not A4, it's somewhere in between. But if you have something like an A5 width, that should be enough. Otherwise, take the length of an A5. That is probably safer option. Maybe I'll just take the length actually. This is more than A5 length, but let it be. We'll take a length of. So what I'm trying to do here is, hold on. Mark 1.5 because I want to keep it sufficiently long, the bug that we are planning. Mark 1.5 inch. We are going to make a strip of 1.5 inch. Okay, so 1.5 here and 1.5 here. And join those lines and we get our strip and cut this out. You can do it with a scissor or a cutter. I have a drawing, a cutting mat underneath, so I'm just going to directly cut it with a cutter. But if you don't have one, please just draw a line and cut it with a scissor. There. All right. Since we're doing, I'm going to get another one ready as well. Let's just make another. Does this look right? Yeah, they align perfectly. Okay. So I'm just keeping that ready. I'll cut another piece.
Hussain, it's just the bookmark size that you are cutting now from paper.
Yeah, it is not the width of the bookmark. It is the width of the length of the what do you call it? The bug. Now here we have drawn our bug so big, but imagine now this size, no, my bug is going to have to fit here. See, the whole bug ka full height is going to fit here. Okay, so if you feel that you want to make it larger, then you will have to make the this thing paper strip 2 inches instead of 1.5 inch. Okay, that's up to you. Oh, Aditi is on. Hi, Aditi. Happy Dasra. Ah, okay. It's dodgy.
Signal is pretty dodgy.
Yeah, in Goa, it should not be. It should be dodgy only. Should not be anything
Yeah,
else.
I don't know why she's on.
If it's not dodgy, you're not in Goa.
All places of relaxation should not have internet.
Yeah.
She's on.
Hi.
There she is. Hi.
Hi, Aditi.
Hi.
Hi.
I just dropped in to say hi.
We
We'll
are
show
busy
you what we
making
did.
moths.
Can you see us?
I can't see everyone. I
No,
can
but
see
she probably
Susan's
can.
table.
I'll remove the spotlight, then you'll be able to see. 1 minute. Remove spotlight, you'll be able to see. There's
Yeah,
Shivani, I'll spotlight you.
I'm just very curious to see what everyone's made. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We were doing 1 minute. I'll spotlight Alka's. We were doing moth.
Nice. Very lovely. Very lovely.
So we are going to make a bookmark with these moths.
Superb. Oh, this is brilliant. Very nice. This is pure FOMO on my part. Not meant to do this. I mean, who could complain? But still, it's like I want this as well, and I want that as well.
That is very good.
Anyway, you guys carry on. Share pictures on the group, then I can see it.
Yes.
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay, bye. Happy
Bye.
Dasra,
Bye.
everyone.
Happy Dasra. Happy Dasra.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So now that we have our strips, and I have marked all my strips 1.5 inches, by the way, not because of any reason. I just stuck to 1.5. If you feel you want it bigger, please make it bigger. Now, what we do is we fold this strip in half. So bring it here. and fold it in half, exactly half. All right. And now you're left to these edges. This is where our bug is going to come. So we are going to have to fold it according to the width of the bug we're going to draw. So if I am drawing this sort of a moth, I have to give myself about an inch, right? For one wing, about an inch. But this is not how big I'm drawing. I'm going to make this thing a little smaller. So I'm going to give it an inch. But if I were to draw this moth, okay, so look at the wingspan. It's almost double. So I'll have to give myself 2 inches. Got it? So let me make one which has a nice big wingspan and another which has a small wingspan. So small wingspan, for that bookmark, I'm going to mark 1 inch. 1 inch from the edge. Okay. And for the big bookmark, bigger moth, I'm going to mark 2 inches feels too big. So 1.5. I'm going to mark 1.5. Okay. And what do we do? At this marking, oh, sorry. Wrong side. See, this is what happens. I marked it the other end. 1.5 wingspan over here. Okay. At this point, use your ruler if you want and just keep it vertical and fold it. Fold it this way. See? Get this fold? Same way, fold the other side, and these fold markings should overlap perfectly. Like they should be, one should not be bigger or smaller than the other. See? They should match nicely on top of each other. And this is what you get. Your bug is going to sit here. Okay. Now I'm doing the smaller one, which is 1 inch. So for 1 inch, I'm going to mark it somewhere here. Make that fold. Flip it over, make the fold exactly aligning itself to the other side. Okay. So this is my smaller moth, not so wide. So you see the difference? So this is going to become more like a butterfly. This is going to become, yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Now to draw it. Drawing is actually quite fun. What you need to do is you need to keep one side absolutely flat. Okay. So press it down. The other side needs to be folded over. See this flap over here on top, keep it pressed down. So what is going to happen? Logic. Your moth is going to come and fit half on this side and half on this side. Correct? And that's it. So when you're drawing this moth, remember, you are not going to have any trouble with symmetry because your symmetric pieces are right here, right here. You're not drawing. If we were separating this and drawing them, they would be very difficult to align, right? So no separating, just keep them closed, flip one side like this and draw your moth. So now I'm going to take another moth. I'm going to take that, tiger moth. Which one is it? Yeah. Let me try and fit this fellow, okay? Even though it's a little wider, I'm going to try and fit that one here. Or maybe let me try it on the bigger one only. Yeah, I'll try it on the bigger one. So I'm taking the bigger one, by the way. The bigger one, I'm going to leave one side flat and the other side close on top and flip over this way. Take a pencil and let's draw our moth. Half a curve on top, half curve here. And a nice big wing downward. So this is going to be relatively easy because your wings have to match almost the same distance on both sides. See? So you have an end mark, which is identical. Okay. Then I have a marking here. It's V-shaped, huh? This part. And somewhere here we start. Again, now use your pencil to mark all the spaces you want to be equidistant and all that. Huh? Use the pencil or pen, whichever. You should do it in pen. Okay, so I'm going directly pen. It's called the desire to not make mistakes that makes you want to try something.
That's why.
You.
Huh?
No, nothing.
You want me to mute? Wait.
No, I could see you as a host. So
Oh,
Yeah, Zoom does something like that. When the host leaves, now somebody else automatically becomes. Who knows? Oh, you're on mute, Susan. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I think now you'll be able to hear me, but my other
Yeah.
device is. I'm going to go mute again and put it on the other device. Hold on. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, great. My screen has become thoda. Huh. All right, sorry about that. This is what happens when you're not taken class for a long time. Okay, I'm going to continue, but I guess you all got the gist of what I'm trying to say. Go for it. That was what I was trying to say. Moths are not difficult at all. You've already drawn them. Go for it. Only thing I would say is at the center point, let's not do the overlap that we were doing in the book. Okay, because we don't have the thing for an overlap. Over here, I'm marking out all my black spots, and I'm not going to waste my ink to draw these. I will put them in paint later, but I will mark them out. Only thing I'd say is just keep it as to keep it realistic. Give it that rough line. Okay, that rough line is very, very interesting. The more straight your line becomes, the more of a graphic you're creating, which is nice if that's what you are creating. So this moth is not entirely identical. Huh? Both sides are looking not so much. All right. Oh, he's got antennae that are like beautiful things here. Well, it's looking like these moths have antennae that are like eyebrows, no? Women's eyebrows. Who knows? Maybe they are the women, the insects that maintain the eyebrows. I don't know if it is common this thing, but whenever my relatives, I have relatives who come from abroad, no, land up in India, first thing they want to do is go to the beauty parlor and get their eyebrows
Yes.
done.
Yes.
Because you
My
can't get it done
sister, my
abroad.
niece,
I-
because
in
it's so much cheaper apparently in India.
yeah,
I
So
believe
that's what
so.
they do. They do
Yeah.
everything. Hair, all the beauty, massage, everything they'll come and do.
dental also.
Clearly.
Dental, glasses,
So it's so funny. I find
Yeah,
it
I
so
know
funny.
people
You
use
barely put your
their
bags down.
entire year. No, people
Yeah.
take their entire year supply of medicines from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Because it's very expensive there.
Yeah.
I had to go during work time to the emergency in USA. Before I
Uh-huh.
can
Oh, that's
even
crazy.
visit, before I can even like fill the form, they've already
Hmm.
charged me $200
Yes,
because
yes,
that's
yeah.
the rule there. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but this is true, huh? This is absolutely true. It's not something that is just a joke. It is true that it is
This is
ridiculously.
I don't know why people want to work abroad. I've never figured it out. Like I have to be here because my husband's local Malaysian.
Yeah, yeah.
But Malaysia and India is very same cost
Yeah,
wise.
very similar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
so I can understand. US is I don't understand why people want to go there.
Go
But
there and come
anyway,
back here for all the medical stuff.
then what? The flight is so long, it takes forever to reach.
Oh
I
my
know.
God, yes.
Everything, like I don't have any like greatness that I feel when I go travel there.
Yeah.
Food wise, everything.
Correct.
Ta-da! Can you see him?
Did it?
Oh,
Oh,
how cute. How cute. Okay, so since you've done it, let's paint this up. We have only little time left. So at least
yeah,
one
let's
bookmark should be
paint.
ready. Yeah, one bookmark should be ready since we want to paint it. So we keep it the same way. And here the colors are so lovely. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna enjoy
Yeah,
myself.
I
I'm
love
gonna
those
the
complete,
red.
red eyes. They're so cute.
Yeah.
you know. So we're gonna have great fun with this one. So obviously
Reminds me
scarlet.
of those Javas from Star Wars.
Where is it now? Okay. So I start with red, which is going to be my scarlet. I mean, what other red could you do?
Yeah, it's the correct one.
Yeah, scarlet. And I will just wipe down the whole thing with scarlet. Actually, it's very simple. There's nothing here. There's no rocket science at all. After we are done with red and once it settles down, we just take our black and go over it. That's it. Bus. The black is the detail, so we'll enjoy with a thin brush. And that's it. Bus. Calm ho gaya. Which is why I'm going to let that thing dry and do one more. I'm not, I don't have a picture of a moth that is small enough to fit here. But I will look for one which has a different color. Since we've done all these bright colors, I'm thinking there should be a moth that is blue or green. Has to
Search
be.
for a Luna moth, but then it'll be like longer. So I don't know if you want it on a bookmark.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Luna moths will have that, and we're not allowed. Okay, so if we are doing a Luna moth, then we should probably make this like 2 full inches thick. I mean, high or even 2.5, because that's how long the tail will be and all that. Now, the other problem with making bookmarks with too many appendages, and again, why I did not like my dragonfly effort is because the body of the dragonfly was so thin, so
Hmm.
thin that it did not fit nicely on both sides when I cut it. Like now we're going to cut it, by the way. We're going to cut
Huh?
this. Yeah,
What?
we're going to cut the shape out. It's not
Oh,
going to sit like this. It's going to sit like an actual moth,
Even the
right?
antennae.
No. We're going to cut around it. We're going to cut around it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Which is why I took moths. Others, because yesterday I sat and cut dragonfly and I all but cut it off only completely. So that is why you must consider what it is that you're drawing. Even butterflies, very pretty and very nice, but can you cut it afterwards?
Can you cut? That is the rule. I love it.
So keep that in mind when you are making this. Now, I don't know why my internet is down and not.
Susan, I have sent a moth on the group.
Perfect. Thank you. Is it a sitting moth?
Yes.
1 minute. It's a sitting moth. Okay, good. Let me just. Actually, you sent it on the group, no? So let me see if my WhatsApp is here also. Let's see. Zai. Oh, nice. Okay, this is a nice color. It's a very nice color, but the wingspan is good. Can you give me a moth that is straight, more straight, Zai? You think?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Even I realized that. Is
Maybe
it
the
like,
like the yellow one we did. If you get something like that,
yeah,
since we
like
have already folded it, let's see if we can. Neto, we will do some other this thing. We can do something like a beetle.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
also works because we have beetles, no?
yeah. Those we have plenty of, no?
Yeah, exactly. So we can look for a beetle also. It's just that the wings look nicer, when you have to cut something out for a wing. Beetles are like, chalo, semicircle cut diya. Let me just give me 1 minute. I think
For
there
this
should
moth,
be.
we are doing the red one.
Since we are doing
Is it
moths,
going
let's
to
see if
be black only? Like that wings? Is it yellow or is it white?
Forest.
Black and yellow or black and white?
which moth? Sorry,
The one that we are doing the first one. The first bookmark.
the
What is the
first.
wing color?
It's a
This one
kind of,
was.
No, the bookmark.
Oh, you're talking about the top, top of this
Ah,
thing. No,
yeah.
it's going to remain paper white. It's going
That's
to
what I
remain
meant.
paper white.
Okay.
And what you're
Okay.
going to do is at best, what you can do, if you, like I said, if you want to add the kind of details that you're looking, like you want to make it a little more realistic, what you can do is, let me just tell you. See, look at the picture. If you look at it, you will notice that it has got a few lines. I mean, I don't know if you can see it on your device, but you can see some gray lines.
Yeah.
So what you could do is, if you want to add that in, take a very light mix of gray, whatever's on your palette. Okay, now mine is some other shade. Let me see. Just test your color. You can test it on the inside also, by the way. This part nobody is going to see. Yeah. Okay. So I've made a little gray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw these kind of lines. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just draw it and then you can see. Okay, so after you've drawn this, see, it's like, you remember when Aditi was teaching us about shadows on a cup? It's
Yeah.
that kind. Okay. So you draw these lines in a little bit as gray as you like. Don't make it too dark. That's the only thing. And then after it has dried, go in with all your black. What will happen is you will still see the lines afterwards, wherever the black is not there. Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever the black is not there, you will see those gray lines and it'll look very nice. So then your white doesn't become full white. It has a few shades of gray in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one option. Okay, I will quickly. By the way, our moth, by the way, I didn't pay attention. Again, now when I zoomed on, I realized this moth, has that same kind of, I think it's a mothy thing, huh? These
Yeah.
Yeah,
lines.
those
I think it is.
leaf-like antennae.
Yeah, like antennae, like antennae.
Hmm.
So it's not
Antennae like an
eyebrows.
antenna.
feathery antennae.
Yeah, but it actually
Yeah.
looks like the antennae we're used to seeing on TV,
Jeez.
on old TV antennae.
Actually, maybe that's why it's the shape. Maybe they saw the moth.
Yeah, it would make sense, no, that we are
It
copying our
would.
TV antennae ka naam from the animal
Yeah.
instead of the animal got it from the TV.
Makes complete sense.
Okay. Because my internet is badly behaved right now, I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to go in with my black. Now here, this black, if you look at it, it is not, where is it? Beach mein thoda red dikh raha hai, you can see. If you want to maintain that red in between, please put a small line of red. Where is it?
In the
Can you
eyes,
see
you mean?
this? Is it eyes?
But
I
they're
don't know
not
if it is eyes.
eyes, but they
It is
look
not
like
eyes.
eyes. They're
Yeah,
not eyes, I'm sure.
it is just the, yeah, it is just, if you were
Sure look
to
like
explain
eyes.
that to a kid, yes, that's eyes. But we are fooling nobody. Okay, so I'm just leaving that to dry. I'm going to go in with my, because this is too much of black to take my fine liner, I'm going to use my paint black. So again here, what I would recommend is even I'm finding it easier to just simply fill out the whole space. But maybe we could just do it like this, this with these lines. So that even if there are gaps, it will form a type of texture. And whatever texture you can bring in only adds to the authenticity of this moth. Pretty when you have these in the bookshelf. I'll share with you a picture because I've forgotten my this thing at home. Book at home. I'll show you a picture.
You're not at home.
I am at my parents-in-law's place.
That's why I thought you said upstairs, downstairs. I said,
Yeah, upstairs because they live on the 10th floor and we live on the second
oh,
floor.
I
Yeah.
see.
So I've come here because otherwise you will have so much of background noise. It won't be funny. I left the noise behind.
I thought you lived in a duplex suddenly in Bombay, and I was like, what?
No, Baba. We live in no such thing.
That's what
Barely holding on to the walls we have.
Bombay. Yeah, Bombay में तो where God. I used to stay in
Can you?
Borivali last time.
Huh?
I stayed in Borivali last time.
Oh, is it? Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. If you do go out of towards the suburbs, you can definitely consider,
Yeah,
definitely get better, bigger places. But where we live, Baba, every wall is precious.
exactly.
I'm continuing this kind of a stroke just so that, like I said, the gaps will look like fuzz instead of, and I left that red on top. You can pick it up, pick up this side and just make sure that the border is fully done. Same way you can turn it, pick up this side and make sure that the border is fully done. And that's going to be your bug. I'm going to let it dry. Oh, we're at 11 already. Okay.
Yeah, can you see
One more
that?
thing, by the way. Huh? Sorry.
Can
Oh,
you see
very
that?
lovely. Very lovely. Alka, this is very
I also
nice.
want to show. One second, let me finish.
Nice, 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 nice. Very nice, Alka.
Thank you.
So now, Alka, will you cut it out if it's dried?
It needs to dry a little more, but I guess I will
Huh.
cut it out.
Yeah. Now, when you're cutting out also, one more thing I'll tell you
Uh,
is that you may not want to retain the entire width of this thing. Like, especially if our moth is getting bigger and bigger,
uh,
this 1.5 inch may be a little too big to maintain. So what
okay.
we can do is, I'm just opening this out and showing you.
Hmm.
Give yourself like a little buffer space, like what not buffer, what should I say? Like cutting space, maybe like about half a centimeter here, half a centimeter here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Draw a line, horizontal line, and
Hmm.
cut along that line. So now your thing becomes
Okay,
thinner
fine. It will
still.
become narrower. Yeah.
Becomes thinner still. Okay. It's
Okay.
not a
Yeah.
requirement. It's not a
Yes.
requirement. Even if you leave it this way, honestly, it'll be fine. But what is going to happen is where we cut off the bug,
Yeah. Yeah. You'll
at
see the
that
bottom.
point, you're going to have some leftover paper, which
Yeah.
is, so cut it off as per your bug. I think that
Yeah.
would be the
It will
best
look
thing I'd
weird.
say. Maybe
Perfect.
what you can do is align it to the top and the bottom part, which is touching your bug.
Yeah.
Align it to that. That would be the best thing.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I will do here too. But yeah. Okay. Top and bottom. So for me, top and bottom is a little bit off. Bug is a little off. It's dry. See, if I keep this much of a gap where the bug is going to end, and I run my cutter over it, only if you're comfortable and confident. I am so super confident I can cut.
I hate cutting.
That's what I'm saying. I was telling
It's
Aditi
not
the same
made
thing
for
yesterday.
left-handed people.
I know,
Scissors
I
were never
know.
made. It's terrible.
I know. I was telling Aditi the same thing yesterday. I said, if this is not, this is a great activity for someone who enjoys cutting. For someone who doesn't like it, I can imagine the horror it is to make this a bookmark. So
Craft is my nemesis.
so I'm going to cut off these ends now and cut my bug out as well. But I enjoy cutting.
Yeah, so do I.
I
I
love
used to do
cutting.
so much of it
Because
when
you
I was
can hold the
teaching.
scissors.
Yeah,
I
I know.
can't.
Yeah,
Can't even hold
exactly.
it.
Fingers don't work like they don't make them right for us.
But Shivani, don't they make left-handed scissors?
They
Because they make,
do, they do. I've
but
never
it still
tried
doesn't
one.
help.
Well, this one looks like normal where you've got both equal,
Yeah,
but still it hurts me. My
Oh,
fingers. I don't know why.
yeah, very strange. Because
because
I
they have lots of
ideally,
things. No, they have pans and whatnot for
Yeah, now
left-handed
that they're
people.
doing all kinds of things, they have
but
to.
no, I'm just thinking, what is the need for a different scissor? Like, wouldn't you hold it this way only?
No, the fingers don't work the same way. I don't know what it is.
No? Oh,
See,
okay.
the way you're. Oh, how are you holding? I'm
See,
not
this is
holding
this.
like that.
So this is the bigger end and the smaller,
Hmm.
and I put my 3 fingers here on my 1 finger here, and I cut with my right hand. But if I
No
were to
idea.
use my left hand,
I
I would
don't
do the
know.
same thing, right?
Yeah, you'd think that, but
No, but then
it
your
doesn't make
blades won't be
sense.
aligned. Your blades are
Ah,
aligned
okay,
differently.
I
Yeah,
get that. Okay, I get that.
there's
Yeah,
something.
the blade
I don't
alignment.
know
Hmm.
Yeah,
what it is.
maybe
You're
that.
right,
Yeah,
it's
that I
the
get.
blade, maybe.
That antennae part is the only one that will be a little challenging because you have to cut around it. So
And then in the middle part, you said to make it narrow, is it? The
which middle
bookmark,
part?
the narrow,
Yeah.
this part.
So basically, what I did was see wherever your bug ends, no? See, it is a little off the end. Can you see?
Yeah.
Now, in this case, of course, it is only a little off the end. But when I'm making a butterfly or something that has a smaller body, the body hasn't reached the full length, then that extra bit stays out because I'm giving this outline. It
Oh,
stays out on the bottom part.
I see.
See now, for example, here, now this is, I've drawn a picture of a moth. I mean, drawn the outline of a moth. Now, if I cut over here, what will happen? Over here, there'll be an extra bit, no?
Hmm.
There's going to be an extra bit. So to avoid that, what I do is I draw a line. I draw a line from where the moth ends, and I drew that entire strip over here. I cut off. So no extra. See, this was my original. See how much it has been cut off.
Yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah. So that is just a convenience because you don't want extra paper around. But now that I think of it, you can leave it this way also, Shivani. You don't have to necessarily cut it. But yeah, cutting it makes it look like an actual bug, like sitting there so pretty with
Yeah.
its wings. So it's of course better, but not a,
Oh, it makes
it's
sense.
optional. It's still optional.
Yeah.
Antennae are the most tricky bits. Okay. And there's my, how cute, no?
Oh, How cute. 1 second.
Very
I'll
nice,
start
Alka.
this.
Oh, you cut it absolutely on the
Yeah.
line?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I
Thank
would not
you.
have been able to do that. I always leave an outline. Very nice. It's looking really cute, huh?
Oh
Now
wow,
put it
yours
in.
is so
Now,
cute.
Alka, get yourself a book and put it into
Yeah,
the
I
book.
just
It
put
looks
it in a
so
book. Do I
cute,
have,
you know.
I don't know, a fat book?
I'll just go get a book.
I can't do it to the border. I think I'll probably struggle a bit. Okay, now I want to darken the border.
So I've got this book here, which is quite fat, or at least one of the fatter ones, and it's quite old as well. So I'm going to put it in the center somewhere.
Oh, I forgot to do the black in the red area. Chalo, I'll have to
There.
do that.
Okay. Beautiful system.
Cute, no?
I was wondering how are we gonna put it, but okay, now I get it. Yes, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and if you leave it in
There.
the cupboard, no,
So my book is
it
not so
looks
fat anymore.
yeah. But still, Alka. Yeah. Now
There.
the good thing about this bookmark is it does not have to go on the top, huh? It can go
Yeah.
on the side because we've not made it very long. If your average book, it can sit on the side of the average book. Okay. In which case you can put it straight, push it into the cupboard, and it will stay straight over there. In the cupboard, it will look like a
There.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Very nice. Cute, no?
Very cute.
Very
This is so
different.
sweet. So can everyone see?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
it? Let me see.
Very
Oh
pretty.
yeah. Very
It's very
nice.
pretty. So what you can
So
do this for
clever.
people, if you're gifting this to people, what you can do is write something on the rest of the bookmark. Okay, so like
Yeah.
what I'm gonna. So let's take this out. What Aditi was saying was, and there are other things to do, by the way. I didn't because we did moths, we didn't come to the other part. The other part is if we were to do this as a butterfly or let's say a dragonfly, what would happen is you could consider doing half the design on this side, on this end. Okay, the half of the butterfly here, okay, and then what will happen is the book can be kept vertical and the
Ah.
base, see the body of the butterfly will come a little bit underneath like this, and that
So
would
you
be
could
the wing.
also paint it like the underside of the wing, like the top side and the
Correct, and
bottom
if you
like the
keep
underside in a slightly faded color, no? That's how it is normally.
yeah, it could be, or you could even make a whole wing like this, like this is
Yeah.
the wing of the butterfly and this is the body of the butterfly and that's the antenna, and then what will happen is it will look, now what will happen here, you can actually put feet for the butterfly.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Oh,
your
yeah.
butterfly is going to have feet. And then when it has feet, you can actually put it here, just like this.
Hmm.
And it would sit.
Right.
It would sit vertical also. So whichever way you look at it, if you keep it this way, you will have a butterfly on top. And if you keep it this way, it would be the side view of a butterfly. Correct? So that's what you can do if it was a butterfly. Now, because it's a moth, I don't quite care for the legs of the moth or anything like that. So I'm just leaving it
Yeah.
this way. But that's what you could do if your bug was a butterfly or a dragonfly. One of those two things, you can still show the legs underneath and make it vertical. It would be sitting on your book. So that's the idea. So we've done one. If you are up to it and can make one more or two more and share it, it will be great fun because it's nice. I'll share with you what I have clicked on my yesterday's examples, what I did yesterday in this thing. Hold on. And there I did a dragonfly and it was quite this thing. I didn't add any textures, so that was looking rather flat. Okay, so how do I download? Okay. Okay. Group Saturday.
There you go. Done.
Oh, nice. Very
It's
pretty.
so cute. It's such a great idea. We always put the bookmark from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I've shared this picture on the group where you can see 3 bookmarks on the same book. So that's what
Oh
happens
my.
when you can put it on the side.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
so
pretty.
Cute, no? So you can mark 3 different places and have 3
Yeah.
different bugs on the same book. So
Oh.
this is what you can do with this kind of a. So the whole point was that's how you can use your insect art. These are the kind of nice insects you could gift somebody, and on this you could write in this thing ex libre. So okay, ex.
The butterfly's eye shade are also so pretty. The blue one, my God.
Sorry.
The butterfly's eye has shade with the
Yeah.
Yeah,
picture.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you have all the ideas you
Yeah.
need. Yeah. Okay.
That's also a moth, huh? That's an emerald moth.
And then
And
put it.
the second one is a sphinx moth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Fruit piercing moths, they are called.
Oh. Look at the names, no?
They have such funny book reading puns. A book fell on my head. I can only blame my shelf. It's too much. Which building has the most stories? The library. That's a good one. Okay, I have to go actually.
Yeah, we are done. So this is it. You can all these are the options of things you can do and gift it to someone.
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing you're going to miss. We are done. Belongs to, and then put the name of the person. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you, Susan.
All right. And everyone, if you do make a few more, please put it on the group.
Huh.
Put it
I
into,
have.
in fact, put it into a book and put it on the group. It'll be great fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
All right. So next Saturday, then you're back in Aditi's hands.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun.
Ritika, you're all right, no? You got your See you, Shivani. You got yours also?
Bye.
Let's see. Oh, very
Ah,
nice.
show yours. Oh, pin hers.
Oh, very
Ah.
lovely. So this was a good choice for a first bookmark. This color combination. Everyone's is
Yeah.
looking so good. Zai, how's yours?
So happy to have this.
So I left my
Very nice.
scissors. Even I have an upstairs, like my mom, 7th floor mom, 6th floor sister, and
You have many floors,
yeah.
many stories, many stories.
So my scissors are there. So, but I'll cut it
Okay,
and
very nice, very
keep it.
nice. Yeah, awesome.
In fact, this
Okay,
gives me an idea to make those Dasara leaves today, and I can gift it.
why
Ah.
not?
But they are
Why
also
not? Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? Very good idea. Try it
You
out.
can do a
Try it out.
Diwali diya also.
You can
Yeah.
do lots of things. Yeah, anything. So
Yeah.
that's something. This activity is great on anything that's symmetric. Anything
Correct.
that has a symmetry, a line that can go through it, you can do this on a bookmark. So consider it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Actually, everything has symmetry, so it's
Not
awesome.
everything, not everything. So you
What
can't
doesn't
take a
have?
picture of you can't take the picture of a bug and do it sideways. A sideways view of a bug can't
Oh
be
no,
done on this.
that's sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the view has to be
Well,
a
you
symmetric
could
view
kind of, if you drew
on
it
this side.
right.
On this side.
On this side, matlab?
No, you will not be able to fold the bug, no? How will you fold it? Like it will
Yeah,
look
you will
funny,
be
no?
able
If
to,
it
I
had a shape.
guess.
Yeah,
I
if it had a
guess you
shape,
can
that's funny.
fold it, but yeah. Okay.
This looks nice. Why? Because of for a bug, it looks nice because of the fact that it has a feathery look, like wings.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it works the best.
You can have a bat for Halloween.
Yes, why not?
You could have any
Pumpkin
symmetrical
also.
flower. Pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin also. Correct. Try
Those
flowers.
are
Try
all
flowers
three.
and leaves.
These are the 3 Halloween ones.
Halloween bookmark. Chalo, banao. Halloween bookmark.
Cool. All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
I gotta go.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. See you everyone. We'll meet next week for normal fun class. Even this is nice, no? By the way, see if I can
Yeah.
press it down and keep it like
Yeah.
this with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So cute, no?
very beautiful.
Yeah. So this is a nice idea. We'll do this.
Thank you. Thank you so
All
much
right, everyone.
for with this creative idea.
Yeah, lots of things. Yeah, it is creative. So we'll see each other next Saturday.
Saturday.
All right. And
Yes.
share some pictures. Share some pictures.
Happy
Yes.
Dasara.
Happy Dasara to all of you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.